Namaste. This is the assignment of interfacing the LCD to the FPGA under the Agimus technology and using the Xilinx Spartan 6 FPGA platform. And myself, Rohit DH from Canara Engineering College. First of all, now we are going to connect the FPGA to the LCD or the 16 into 2 display to the FPGA board from the scratch. We'll just start from the scratch. So for that, first of all, I'm going to just open the ISC tool for FPGA and ISC. Yeah, now we just need to create the new project. So file and the new project, and here I'm going to call this as LCD. Okay, LCD. Then here HDL. Yeah, okay. We are going to use the VHDL for this. Then yeah, here I'm currently using this Spartan 6, Xilinx Spartan 6. So here are all these board setups. Okay, click next and click finish. Now we need to create one file for our new source file for the that's VHDL module, and I'm just going to call this as LCD. Okay, now our project is added, and here yeah, I need to just here we need to fill the ports, but many ports are there, so we directly write that in the code. So just I click the finish and it's created like this. Okay, then in 16 into 2 LCD, first of all we just need to go to its look at its data sheet. The LCD looks like this. Okay, the 16 into 2 LCD, that means 16 columns and the 2 rows. It looks like this. And when we come to its pin configuration, it is like this. Okay, the first one is the VSS, then VDD, VE, like this. There are totally 16 pins are there. Yeah, I just connected that to the board, but I'm going to explain what is that and how it's going to connect. Here I have that LCD. Now if we see here, okay, this side, I just fitted this like this simply. So here you can see, I think now you can see this what the LCD backend, and here we have those 16 pins and we need to connect that. So first of all, here if we observe, here we can see the one is VCC, 2 is VEE, like that. So all these pin configurations are available in the data sheet. What is those pins are there? We just need to go to the data sheet. For example, here I'm just going to look at its data sheet. So here I have that one of the data sheet is there. We'll get the data sheet in directly by the Google. So yeah, here we have some description, and here we can see those data sheet how it is there, and pin number, the one VDD, that is we given to the power supply, and the 2 VSS is for the ground, and here this is for the this light, for this there is one backlight. If we see here we have one backlight. So for that we are connecting this anode and cathode for that power supply. Okay, so first I just tell how to connect this to the board. This Arduino just I used for 5-volt power supply. Here we can see this last pin, that is this one, this is the 16th pin. That 16th pin is this LED, that means here the on-screen LED. Okay, small LED is that backlight LED, that negative side, that I directly connected to the here we can see that I just don't think about this connection. I don't have the jumper wires, that's why I use like so many cutted jumper wires. Just I connected this to the negative, and this another thing, the positive, this is this red color wire that I connected to the plus 5-volt power supply, because we need to give the plus 5-volt for this display. So I just connected that, and these two are actually not necessary. If you want the backlight, then we have to connect these two things. Then if we look at the data sheet, then we have the first is to connect it to VDD, that is the power supply. So that similar thing I connected here. We can see the first one, that is I connected to the that means, yeah, here we can see that I connected to the ground. In FPGA, in I can use the J2 pins, so the left side two pins are ground, and right side in this FPGA, the right side, the last two pins, those two are the 3.3 volt power supply, but it needs 5 volt. So what I did means, I shorted the ground. Okay, here is the ground, is the J1 ground, and that means this board's ground, and that ground and this Arduino ground, that I connected through this yellow color wire. Okay, so the both are ground is same, so I can use this 5 volt power supply. So here this is the ground for okay, yeah, here we can see these two wires, that is mainly these two wires. Okay, these two wires are for, one is for the LED anode and LED cathode, that's just for the backlight, it's not necessary. And here we have another two wires, that is for, one for this board power supply, that is plus 5 volt, this one, and another one is the common shorted ground between these two, common ground. Okay, and remaining here we have the pins like yeah, here we have the VSS. This I connected to the ground. Both grounds are same. Those, that means I shorted the Arduino and those two grounds. You can use any 5 volt power supply. I just use the Arduino. Then the next one is the okay, yeah. Here we can see V0 and C. Yeah, if we just look at to this board here, the board image, then we will come to understand it properly. Yeah, here we have that VDD, VEE, and RS, RW, and E. This I want to tell now. Okay, what is these pins, and what is this D0 to D7, and these two we know, and these two we know. And this VEE pin is used to, here we can see the third pin, that is this one. Yeah, I will show that. This blue color pin that goes to the potentiometer, this 10K, because in order to set the that means how much darkness in the screen we want, that we can set by this using this potentiometer. So that one is connected to this potentiometer, and the potentiometer another end is for 5, that means 3.3 volt, and other for the ground, like that I connected. That you can get from yeah, here we can see this VE is connected to the potentiometer. If you just type like 16 into 2 to LCD Arduino, if you just, for a time being I'm just using the, just type Arduino, then you will get here the image, connection image. This similar connection for yeah, here it is not there. We just have to look at for potentiometer thing. Yeah, here we can see how to use the potentiometer from this pin, that we can get from this picture. Okay, potentiometer, I think you understand how to connect. I'm going to share all these diagrams and all. Then the remaining D0 to D7 are connected to the this FPGA J2 pins. Okay, these things here you can see all those are connected here. Then even these pins, what are RS and RW and E, those pins also connected to the FPGA board. Okay, here we can see remaining all these pins are get connected to this FPGA. How it is connected, everything, yeah, now we will going to explain that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it like this. Okay, yeah, just for a time being. Yeah, I think now it's visible. Yeah, now so here we need to write the code, but for a time being I just I already have that code, because it is if we write that then it takes much time. So I'm going to explain everything, how it will be everything. Okay, yeah, here I have that. Okay, we just starting this Okay, this is the starting, and here we need these three lines for tell that used to IEEE standard logic. And then comes the LCD. This one entity we are going to use. So entity LCD, and it requires the all the ports. What are the ports it require? It require the clock, because we need to transfer the data between this FPGA and the LCD. So it requires the clock, and LCD RW. That means here we see those three pins RW and E, RW, E and RS. What are those things means? RW means that is read or write. R means read and write, and this is enable, and it is the register select command. That means actually this RS will the application of this RS I'm going to tell in the next coming things. So then the data, that means what are the data we are going to send through these data lines. Okay, data means here it represents the data lines from 0 to 7. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data buses are there. So D0, D1, D2, that we can see from here. That means we are using the 8-bit transmission, D0 to D7. Okay, 8-bit of ASCII value transmission. So here yeah, this behavioral LCD, and here yeah. And now when we come to the interface between this LCD and the FPGA, first of all we have to remember we have to pass the 5 commands. Okay, those commands yeah, I'm just going to show that commands. Okay, first one, function set and display on off, everything I'm going to explain. 5 commands we need to pass, because we need to tell the LCD that we are giving the data to display. Then entry mode, then display clear or not clear, that command, and place the cursor. Then we need to specify the data and all. So when we see here, okay, yeah, first of all, yeah, I'm going to just yeah, here after this, okay, integer n equal to 21. That means now I'm going to pass the 16 characters to my LCD, because it is 16 into 2 rows are there, but I'm just using one row only. In one row I'm going to print the 16 characters, so totally 16 characters. Okay, 16 characters plus 5 commands. Okay, I just tell 5 commands, so it requires 16 plus 5, 21. So I just defined one constant as 21. Okay, then I'm just going to define one array that will going to consist of for each, okay, for each command or each data we need 8 bit in order to represent that. So that will go each this 21. Okay, 21 is just one integer, and in that each integer, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, each integer will going to have the 8 bits. So 21 into 8 bits we require. Okay, so that's why here you can see we created one array from 1 to n. That means it is starting from the 1 to 21, and in that we are just going to use the 0 to 8 bits. Okay, 0 to 7, that means 8 bits, D0 to D7. Then the command, whenever you are using the this LCD module, first we need to write the function set. Okay, actually this is the LCD the pinout D0, D1, D2, D3, D7 till D7. D7 is the MSB and D0 is the LSB usually. Okay, then the function set, the syntax is like D7 is 0, D6 is 0, D5 is 1, and D4. Okay, just let us call this as a DL, and D3 is N, and D2 is F, and these two are anything, it's not undefined symbols. So here what I used means, when we just come below, these are just comments. Okay, just to understand, here constant datas, here I am giving these commands to this array. I have that 21, I declared that 21 integer, and in that array I'm storing the first value is 38. Then next one is 0C. Why I'm storing this value means 38, this is in the hex value, that is when we just just go to Google and just type for ASCII table, then you are going to get this. So here the 38, okay, here 38 is just a hex value of here you just have to convert that 38 to the binary, then you will going to get, okay, the first command is 38, remember 38 0C, like that only I write this in command. The first one is the 38. Here you can see ASCII equivalent is 38, that means the X value. Then here in binary it will going to 00111000. It is because this one represents 8-bit. I am using the 8-bit DL. I just if you go through this code, there everything you will come to understand. Everything is properly commented here. DL means interface the data. We are going to interface the data. We can actually interface in two ways. One is the 8-bit and another one is the 4-bit. So here we are using the 8-bit transmission. So 8-bit I am using, that's why DL is 1. Then n will going to represent the number of lines. 2 bar 1. This is the 2 line. Okay, 2 line we are using in that. And this one F means the font size, that is depends upon the pixel, that means 5 into 8 pixel here, 8 dots. So here for 5 into 8 we need to use 0. So this F is 0. And this is 0 0. This is simply undefined, that's why I used like this. This is the first command. We need to go from this binary number to this the equivalent what is the ASCII value. So first we need to decide which font we want and whether we are going to transmit in 8-bit or 4-bit, like that. Then we have to fill this line depending upon the syntax. Then we need to convert this to the ASCII equivalent character, that is 38. Okay, the first command is over. Then we come to the second command, that is display on or off. So for that this is also one small syntax is there, 0000 and 1 DCB. Here DCB will going to represent, okay, this is the actually 8-bit, and here the D represents display on or display off. Whether we are going to display on or off, now we are going to on the display because we need to write something. So display on will going to represent the 1, that's why we write 1 here. Then C is 0 because C, the cursor, that is the blinking cursor, that we want or not, we don't want that cursor, we are just going to print the letters. So the cursor off, I use this cursor off, that's why it is 0. Then the next comes the B will going to represent the position of the cursor. Now the cursor position is off because we are going to represent the text, some text. Okay, then yeah, I think you've understand about this second command. Then the third command is the entry mode. Okay, in the third command you can change any of this, like this cursor. If you want the cursor, then you can just give 1 here. Not in this command, in the code you can just give the 1. Then here the equivalent ASCII value will become changed depending upon this binary value. This value we just need to convert to the ASCII value, then that value we need to pass in the command. So then comes the entry mode, this command. So entry mode, this will going to take the I or D and the yes. Okay, so here the I or D will going to represent the cursor move direction. 1 means increment the cursor position, 0 means decrement. If we starts from the 0th position, then we need to increment its position, 0 1 2 3 4, like that. If we decrement, here we can see yeah, here is the LCD I want. Yeah, here is the LCD. Now if our cursor is here, then if we just decrement it, then it will going to this side is nothing is there, so we just need to increment it. That's why I use this as a 1 increment. Then S means it will the display shift. S is 0 means no display shift, we are not shifting the display. That means it is like where is that? Yeah, we are starting from here and we are ending from here. We are not shifting this whole display to the some other portions. In scrolling and all, I think we can use that. And then comes the display clear or not clear command. That will just going to take 1. Okay, just to value 1, but you need to represent this in 8-bit form. So the ASCII value is 0 1. If you just 0 1, then it will going to clear the display before displaying anything. Otherwise it will just going to if already something is there in the LCD, then it will going to just give the same thing on the LCD. It will not going to clear that. So in order to clear that, we are using this clear. Here you can see 1 is clear and 0 is not clear. Here if you just give the 0 as our command, then it will going to not clear. That means if something already in there is there in the LCD, then if you want to print without erasing that, then we can just give 0 here. So here it is 1. It's in just command. In the code you need to change. Then the place the cursor. So the first of all, here in the LCD, here we have, this is the first line and this is the second line, okay, or the first row, 0th row or the first row, and 0th column, first column, like this we have. So we need to place our cursor where we are going to write the things. That depending, it's your wish, you can write in the first line or the second line, like that. So here I'm going to write that in this is for ASCII equivalent C0, force cursors to beginning to the second line. Then here I think it is from the first line. I will just check that. So here I used 80. 80 means that we're going to use from the first line. Okay, it's not second, it's first line. Force cursor to beginning to the first line. That means we are writing something here in the first row, not in the second row. That's why we write 0 0. Okay. This is the ASCII equivalent of 80. Okay. I think you understand this syntax. This is C0 and 80. If we write like this 1 0 0 0, then we are going to start it from the first line. And if we write 1 1 0 0, that is the ASCII equivalent of C0, then we are going to write it from the second row. Here is the first row. Now same the converted ASCII code that I used in this commands. Okay, this array will going to have the x38, that is for the first one and second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Okay, place cursor, it is 80. So here we have that 80, the same commands. Then comes the data. Here we just need to give the data, that means that we want to display in the LCD. For example, here something 4C is there and 43 is there. These are in the ASCII values. If you just go to Google and if you just type the ASCII table, then you are going to get something like this that I zoomed here. Yeah. Now, if you want to print the A, then we have to send 41. Okay. Same thing is there here. Here it is 4C. That means, here if we just find the 4C, that is, here we have that. That means L. I'm displaying the first character as L, 4C. Okay. Like that, any message or any name that you have to write here in the ASCII digits. Okay, ASCII value. Then we are going to start. Okay, starting from here, what we have to do means, first of all, we are going to tell the LCD that we are writing something to the LCD. We are not reading from the LCD, we are writing something to the LCD. So LCD RW, read or write, that is equals to 0, because 0 means LCD write. If we just type 1 here, in this code, if we use 1, then we are going to read something from the LCD. That means whatever there in the LCD, that we are going to read. But here now we are going to write something to the LCD. That's why I write it here, LCD RW is equals to 0. Then the clock starts, the processor clock, we need the clock pulses. So the clock starts. Then I just defined the two variables, I equal to 0 and j equal to 1. Okay. Then the clock pulses are like this. Okay. The clock pulses, it is depend upon here in this board I'm using 12 megahertz clock. Okay. Then comes the importance of this enable pin. Enable pin, before writing anything to this LCD module or before using this, what we have to do means we have to make this high, enable pin as high, then sometime we need to wait and make it as low. That means we have to logic 1, delay sometime, and logic 0. like this we have to do this enable pin, so that the LCD will come to understand something we are going to do on this LCD, like that. And here RW is 0, that means we are writing something to the LCD. Okay, then here the same thing, if clock event, that means the clock is there and clock equals to 1, that means yeah, now this is 0, clock is 0 and clock is 1, 0 1, like that, and clock is 1, that means the positive edge, this like this, clock is 1. If I is less than or I equals to it is 12 megahertz. Okay, 12 0 0 0 0 0 0 12 megahertz. That I just simply use the clock frequency only, because it's 1 second. Okay, 1 second means the clock frequency is 12 megahertz. That means in 1 second it will going to give that much of frequency. So 12 megahertz. Then the I will going to I plus 1. Here I defined as 0, that will going to just 1. Then this LCD enable pin equals to 1. That same thing I told here. We need to just make the high for some time, then low it for after some time. Okay, I just made this en equals to 1 for some time. Then data, the data that we are set, that means here the date, here we have those datas. Okay, here we have those datas. These are all the commands now we need to send to the LCD, because we need to tell we are writing, we need to clear the display and we need to set the cursor and all those things we have to do. So yeah, data is equals to datas of j is here. Where is that? J equals to 1, that means it is starting from the 1, the arrays. Okay, here is the my datas array. In that it starts from 1 2 3 4 5 commands we have to send, because here while defining the array it is from 1 to n. Okay, not 0 to n I defined, I just defined 1 to n. So from this the data is equals to 1, data equal to 1, that means the data equals to 1 initially. Okay, when the data is equals to 1, then after that, okay, here the data is 1. Yeah, I think you understand this data. We have this this data now. It is that, yeah, this first one data x38, this data we have. Okay, then after this, that means after this 1 second, then from 1 second to 2 second we are just making incrementing this I equals to 1. Then this LCD E becomes 0, enable becomes 0, LCD enable pin becomes 0. So we followed this one, a high to low of the LCD module. Then okay, then comes here we just have this data in the data. Okay, just remember data here. Then here we have another two things. Okay, RS and RW. RS is the register select and RW is the read or write. RW I already told, it has to be 0 for writing to the module. That's why we make it here 0, and 1 for reading from the LCD module. And RS is the register select. So this RS equals to 1 means we are sending the data. RS equal to 0 means command we are sending, like clear the display, all those commands, because those our data as well as the command both are in ASCII. So we have to tell whether we are sending the command or data. So here data we are sending, that's why later we are sending the data. First we are sending the command, that's why first we have to make this RS equal to 0. Then after sending the command we have to make the RS equal to 1. So here we can see okay, if j is 5, that means here we have 1 2 3 4 5 commands. So till 5 what I have to do means command, we need to send the command. So for that RS equal to 0, that I already told. RS means register is command register, command. RW means we are writing the command, and enable equals to 1. Okay, this is for to access the things, that means instructions. We need to write some instructions for that module. So first clearing the display, all those things. That's why we are making this. We already made this en equals to 1 to 0 we made, and we are now just making LCD RS equal to 0, and okay, RS equal to 0. Then RW is already 0, that we initially we have that RW. Then here after sending this command, what we are going to make means LCD. Okay, now here we just select, here is the command, here we send that command, that means command register we selected. Okay, here the data is sending here, data is less than that means it is like simultaneous, this and this one. Okay, this and this one is simultaneous. So here else if after this 5, that means our commands are over, after this 5 we need to send the data. So RS we are making as 1. So RS1 means we are the data register, we are, that means the data register we are selecting. Two registers, command register and data register, remember that. That's why we made here RS equals to 1. Then okay, then yeah, that's it. When RS equals to 1, the data is sending here, whatever the data is sending here is sending to the data register. And when this RS is equals to 0, then whatever the ASCII code we are sending, that is to the command register. Here we are sending that, and here we are just making control, we are having the control over this RS. Okay, then if j equals to, yeah, here I just have to make 21 because we have the 21 the array elements. So 21, then after that, after sending all those datas, first we send the command, then data. After sending all those datas, we just repeatedly sending that data. Okay, when one time if we send the data to the LCD, it will not going to erase if we remove that also. If we off the power supply only, then it will going to erase the things in the LCD module. So this is not actually required, but it is continuing. After that, after sending all the data, again it is going to send the same thing. Okay, without clearing or without any clearing the LCD, because we are not sending any command another time. So I think it's understand to you. Let's go through this and it will going to understand. Then we need to specify the pinout. So for that, yeah, this is actually the required pinout for this one. I'm going to explain that too. Implement constant file, and here I just call pinout. Okay, then here the first one is the clock that I already told. Next one we have LCD RS. Here we can see that here we have those LCD RW, E and RS, and not here, yeah, just depending upon this connection where you connected all these pins in this LCD to this FPGA board, that means the J2. What I used means in this, okay, yeah, I'm just going to show that picture. I think okay, I'm going to show that. Yeah, these pins I used in J2. These two are the ground and these two are the 3.3 volt. What I did means I just connected this one, this one, this one. Here we can see, okay, 3 pins I connected here. Here we can see, I think you can see here, this here I just connected 3, and then again I just leave 1 and again 3 and just leave 1, again 3 and again 2. So totally there are how much, the 8 data pins and 3 enable RS and uh, another one. Okay, those pins I connected. Here we can see that. Yeah. Okay, then in this board it is in this Spartan 6 it is numbering like okay, this we just number as uh, okay 0 1, then 2 3 4 5 6 7, like that. It is started from 3, that means they just numbered like 1 2 here, so 3 is this one, the down one. 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, all even numbers are at the top and odd numbers are at the bottom, like that. Okay, odd numbers are at the bottom and even numbers are the top, like that. We need to just pin configuration is like that. Okay, this is the I just showed that image. Yeah, this is the FPGA solution. Okay, this one, this Spartan 6 FPGA I'm using. And yeah, just use the jumper wires, proper jumper wires, not like this. So yeah, I just save this. Yeah, here RS RWE and data 0 1 2 till 7, that means 8 data transmission lines. Just I defined these pins, and here I think you've understand this code. We just need to generate the program file, and I have to save this. Yeah, it is saved, and if any error is there, then it will going to just show that. We wait for 30 seconds. It will just going to generate the program file. And till that I think it's visible properly. So I have not connected the board. Now I'm just going to connect. So this is the okay, FPGA I connected. Here you can see that LED. I think you can see it is on. Okay, it is on. And for power supply, 5-volt power supply, I'm just using the Arduino. I'm just using the Arduino for the 5-volt power supply. Here you can just okay, yeah, I don't have that code. Nothing is there in this Arduino. You can just going to reset, or yeah. Now it is just connected. There is some default program in this, so this is not going to display anything. And this is just using the 5-volt power supply. This display, that is anode and the cathode. If I remove this ground from here, then you can see it is actually not required. Here you can see all those letters. If you want the light, then we just have to use this one. Just have to connect that to the ground. Okay, then yeah, it is now generated. We just have this like this. I think it's visible. Then here okay, I just need to not here, click here. I just need to program this. So boundary scan, and yeah, now it's detected. Here you can see the name is from that Agimus. So yes, I have to upload the bit file. Then what's the name that we given as LCD. Okay, just go to LCD and lcd.bit. No. Okay, now we have that. Just click OK, and before programming, I'm just going to make this as a split screen. Okay, just what is that? Yeah, here we have. Okay, this one, just program. Yeah, now it's programmed. Now it will going to take like 2 seconds for each thing. You may ask why it takes 2 seconds, because yeah, it will going to clear now, to clear the display. And yeah, initially for each command it will going to, yeah, I think potentiometer. Okay, it is proper. I'm just going to re-upload this. Yeah, I just encountered a small jumper wire issue. So the same thing is there. Okay, nothing is there now. I'm just going to program this. When I programmed, it just got cleared because of those commands that we sent, and it will going to take 2 seconds because whenever we tell the frequency, that is t, means 1 by t is equals to t on and t off, so it includes both the on and the off time, so it will going to take 2 seconds for that. And here we can see after those commands are completed, then this will going to display one by one what are the things, the ASCII characters that is in that array. It will going to display those things one by one after every 2 seconds. Okay, now yeah, we just remove that. Here we can see I just off this FPGA, then also the screen is there, that means the things that are on the screen is there. So if I clear this, then it will completely clear, otherwise we need to just completely power supply, we need to off that. Okay, now if I again connect, and here nothing is there, we can just change its the darkness by using the potentiometer that's here. I think you can see now it will go to fall. Yeah, here you can see that potentiometer. By using this we can change its contrast, how much we have. Okay, I think yeah. Now if I upload this coding, same thing, I'm just going to, you can use the permanent memory also. Now the commands are executing now, that means selecting of those cursors, all those things. Then after that it changed to the data register. So now the yeah, it's data register, the ASCII value that we are sending. LCD and connection FPGA. We can change any of the ASCII character we want here. So if we just want yeah, I'm just going to go here, and here if we check, A is yeah, not here. That's that. Yeah, character, if I want the character to be A, that is 41 and B is 42, like that. So we can give anything like here, instead of 4C, if I just type 41 and 42 and 43. Now instead of LCD, it will just going to provide ABC. Okay, we'll just save it and we'll just check it. Generate program file. Don't change this command, just this is a single array. For just understanding purpose, I just differentiated in that array into like this format. But here you can see this starting from here and ended from here. There's the single array that consists of all these commands and data. All those pin details and all these things that we can get directly from here. It is there. Okay, here we can see those things. Think yeah, it's provided by the Gemus technology. Xilinx pattern 6. Yeah, I just use this J2 pins here. Where is that? Yeah, J2 pins. Okay, these pins I used, and yeah, now it's generated. Yeah, rescan, and here initialize chain. Okay, now yes, and just go to this lcd.bit. Yeah, then we just have to program this. So here we can see the before what we have is we have something LCD, CON and FPGA. Now when I send this program, so now the LCD has to clear. Yeah, it's get cleared. It executed those commands and it gets cleared. Yeah, now we can see ABC. We will get ABC and here CONN. I think you've understand how to interface. So if you want the below line, if you want something to in this row, then we just have to change. What's that? In the command only we have to change. So here, force cursor to beginning to the second line and first line. Now we started in the first line, that is 80. So instead of 80, if I type C0, everything is in this command. Okay, just read this, so you'll come to understand. Then here, instead of this 80, what I do means C0. Now it will just, okay, Control S, and I'm generating this. Okay, let's pause for some time. Yeah, now it's successfully generated, and we just upload this code. Okay, then we will see initialize chain, and here we have yes, and just go to LCD bit file, and now no, and here okay. Yeah, here we have that it's something in the first line, first row. Then if I program it, we'll just see whether it will going to give in the second row or not. Yeah, it's coming in the second row. I think you understand how to use in first row or second row or any columns, how to print and all those things. I'm going to upload all these codes and everything. Don't worry, that's in the description. Thank you. I think you've understand this. Thank you.